Hey Ron, we're here at the WACO booth, which of course now includes WACO, Yonkers, Great Lakes, we got it all. We're looking at the float plane first. She's parked here off to the side, but we're proud to be users of the Aeroset product. It's a great base for a float plane because it's full composite and it's incredibly resistant to corrosion. And we love the amphibious setup. The gear is robust and matches the durability that we expect from the WACO line anyway. So great flying airplane. We just had her on the lake a few days ago, and performs coming in and on the water just like you'd expect and want.
You guys have sold quite a few of these. I've seen a number of these.
There's a handful out there. Yeah,
it's
there's
amazing.
One on the West Coast. There's one in Florida. Of course, we keep this one here at the factories for demos and stuff. So, yep.
Okay, cool. And here is one of the new. Now, this is your demo aircraft now.
Correct. Of course, everything's for sale right now. But this just represents the quality, the craftsmanship. We just kind of revisited our production inputs, and it turns out that both the Great Lakes and the WACO are really nearly identical in terms of requiring around 6,000 man-hours of production time.
I remember when you were building mine, I could come up and I would talk to the individuals making it, and they would take the time to explain everything to me, and the craftsmanship was just remarkable, and just their willingness just to talk to you. And this landing gear, oh, is that I have made landings that my son has gone whoa, like that with a little bit of sink rate, and that just saves you. If you can't make a good landing with that landing gear, you got a problem.
Yeah. Well, it's that vertical arrangement. The strut is nearly perpendicular to the runway surface, and so it's a direct absorption of the forces there, and the way how the mounting point is outboard like that contributes to that.
Yeah, you take a normal spring gear, and if you got any decent rate, you're back up into the air.
Yeah.
This thing is so forgiving.
And it's adjustable and tuned for that at the factory. So, of course, you have the reliable Lycoming power plant, tried and true. You can couple it with a 2-blade or a 3-blade. So you have some options there.
Yeah, that MT prop, and this is an MT prop, right?
Yep.
Okay, that thing spins up so fast. I've never had a composite prop before. I've got a Turbo 310R with the big metal prop, and when I first starting this thing, and the prop just goes like that, I mean, it really starts well.
We find our partnership with MT to be very advantageous because they are so innovative and cutting edge with what they're trying to produce. And we'll see more of that on the A50 Heritage, because they did a nice
they do that too?
Wooden prop with a composite leading edge.
Yeah, you guys, they interviewed me and a few others about what should be the follow-on before they did the A50. And I think I told them that, you know, the light sport was probably the up-and-coming area. I was very glad to see they took kind of the retro look to it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, light sport is expected to grow somewhere in the neighborhood of 20% in the next 15 to 20 years, so it's emerging and growing fast.
Now, I was really attracted to the YMF. I mean, the radial engine, the wood prop, it had a thing in the flight manual that says, you know, if you get inverted, the engine can stop and it might not restart. And I thought, well, I've had non-inverted fuel systems and it restarts. And then I think it was Bob said, no, it's got a float in there and you can stick it and you're in trouble. And I go, I like to do aerobatics, and so I'll get a YMF later. Of course, I'm running out of time here, but you know, I'm not getting any younger.
We affectionately refer to it as gentleman's aerobatics.
Yes.
Keep the G's in the positive side when possible, but loops, rolls, absolutely doable.
Yes.
Great Lakes has the full inverted fuel and oil setup.
Yeah, I did the inverted spins. I haven't done an outside loop in it. I actually initially taught myself upright spins back when I started 53 years ago, because I didn't have an instructor who said, just go out and do it. And so then I taught myself inverted spins and outside loops. And teaching yourself an outside loop is quite an adventure, let me tell you that. It took a few attempts to get it right.
Keep the ball centered.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just so proud of this paint scheme as well.
Oh yeah, this new, what do you call this new paint? Do you remember the title? It's I remember that it's got the wet look. I mean, it's just the most beautiful paint job.
Well, and when you get up close with this particular black, it is metallic black.
Oh, it is.
There's a shimmer to it.
It does.
In the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes through in the video. Yeah, that's kind of hidden there until you get close, but it's quite beautiful. Yeah.
You have options with the YMF for fuel capacity. The prop can be wooden, but you can also go with an aluminum constant speed.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Because our control quadrant can be set up for that as well.
Yeah.
Now,
here's the crinkled one.
it was much longer, but
yes.
then it got stuck in a compactor. No, of course, this just calls right back to 1929 when it first flew. Liberties were taken to put a modern power plant on it. The cowling around the Rotax 912IS has been it's interpretation from the original design. But look at the landing gear. Looks strikingly similar to what you might see on the Great Lakes. That vertical strut arrangement, very gentle, very handleable on the ground. This one has a smaller tail wheel, full cast ring, but plenty of air going past the tail to keep it manageable on the ground. So, two-place, dual controls, dual glass Garmin avionics.
Yeah, the avionics is surprising.
Yeah.
Surprisingly sophisticated.
Oh yeah. But if we want to go way, way back, we will visit the latest.
Yeah, no, this is cool.
So the pilots of the day in Germany originally referred to the A50 as Junior because it was such a small model compared to what was coming off the Junkers factory line at the time. So it just looked like this little toy compared to the huge behemoths. Now we went ahead and took it upon ourselves to come up with the naming for this one.
Yeah.
It's still an A50, but we're referring to it as the A50 Heritage model. And that just evokes the use of the radial engine, which was found on the original models. It was the only thing available at the time. And to top it off, this is again an MT product.
Oh.
Wood construction, but you have this high wear composite leading edge. So you have all the benefits of modern technology and keeping it to be something that's going to be around a long time and keep maintenance low on a wooden propeller. That's the one of the downfalls if you were to have a wooden prop.
Right.
Gravel and even water erosion. And of course they did a beautiful job with this antique white paint.
Yes.
To just give it that vintage look. Here on the shock struts we have a fairing that kind of is representative of what the original gear design was. Even though this is doesn't add to the functionality, it's more cosmetic. We also have the wheel spoke covers. And you couple those with this front seat cover, because this is also dual control. The windscreen's been removed, and we have this, what I call the speed kit, because you go faster with the wheel spokes covered and the front seat without a passenger. But oftentimes they might have even put a ferry tank in here for extended range. what we've seen in the archival photos and videos. Of course, this thing has even, the records show it flying back in the 30s from Berlin to Tokyo, Germany
Wow.
to southern tip of Africa and back.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible journeys, incredible pilots of their day.
Yes. Amazing.
Carbon fiber out to the wingtip just to keep things finished off, but the rest of it is fully aluminum. It's not plastic. It is painted, but it's painted in that matte finish to again call back to what would have been bare aluminum of the day, but we're not having to deal with corrosion.
Corrosion,
full,
right.
You know, zinc primer substrate, and you're not going to see this thing.
Yeah, that was the
wither
original
away.
problem with a lot of the early airplane is they didn't take into advantage corrosion.
They didn't know all the galvanic corrosion, different sources, and salty, humid air. So, yeah, it wouldn't have lasted long in Florida or Wisconsin winters, but now you can rest assured that you've got a factory-built airplane that's going to last for decades. And from a sales perspective, if you didn't get the chance in 1930 to buy a low serial number A50, you now have that opportunity.
Oh yes. Well, that's what, like on my Great Lakes, I tell people that I have a new old airplane.
Exactly.
And there is
And this one will not be available with Garmin glass cockpit. That's so that it stays true to the original design. The windscreen is even...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's the split glass that is found on the original.
How interesting.
We strayed away from the polycarbonate just for that true to form. You may have seen it already, but there's wood floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had the
trim. There's some trim on the throttle and the actual trim handle out of that tropical hardwood.
Yeah, I've got the fancy hardwood in mine. The teak wood. I think it is. Yep. And it's certified in Europe right now, but it's still working its way through the U.S. certification, I guess.
The Heritage.
Yes.
Yeah. The Junior is fully certified for the light sport, and we expect this will fall right in line with the light sport category, despite having a power plant change. We are getting 124 horsepower out of the 7-cylinder Scarlet 7U Werner engine, which is 24 horse more than the Rotax. So you get that advantage in the Heritage model.
And it sounds like a radial engine, I bet, too.
It's a radial.
Nothing like the sound of it. That's the only thing I miss in my Great Lakes with the AEIO 360 is the sound of a radial. It's just, you can't beat it.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a Great Lakes Heritage model. Would you be a buyer, Ron?
I might. That'd be worth it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Happy to do it.